Hi everyone, it's Danny, and today this video is going to be an updated makeup tutorial for my everyday makeup look, because the last one I did was about a year ago I'd say, and my makeup is a lot less dramatic since then. So I just thought I'd film this video to show you my updated makeup look, because it uses a lot of new products as well, which I think are really good and so much better than what I used before, and it's a lot more wearable and natural than before. So yeah, I thought I'd film this updated video for you all, and all the products will be listed below in the down bar as usual, so be sure to check that out after the video. And I actually filmed the video earlier in natural daylight, but I've got to film this intro, so I'm just filming this now, but the rest of the video will be in natural daylight. So yeah, keep watching if you want to see my everyday makeup look, which is just this makeup here, and I haven't really done anything to touch up, and I filmed the video about 7 hours ago. All I've done is repowder and put some lipstick on, so I've eaten. But yeah, this is basically how the look lasts, so it's a very wearable look that lasts all day. So yeah, there's nothing else to say really, I'm just babbling, but yeah, here's the video. Keep watching if you want to see this makeup look. Okay, so first I take my Maybelline Fit foundation in shade 220, and I just put a couple squirts of that on the back of my hand, and then I take my Real Techniques buffing brush and stab it in the foundation and swirl it all over my face. Make sure to really buff it in so there's no lines or smudges. Next I take my Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection Concealer in medium and just put that under my eyes, on my eyelids and on any blemishes, and also around my nose. And then once I've done that, I just sort of buff that in with my Real Techniques buffing brush, just to make sure it's blended. Next I do my eyebrows, and I've already got a separate eyebrow video, so I'm not going to show you me doing this, so just go watch that video if you want to know how I do this. Next I do my contouring, and I do my makeup in such a strange order, but yeah, this is just what I do next. And I use my MAC Harmony blush with my Real Techniques contour brush, and I just take this and put it on my cheekbones. And then once I've put it on my cheekbones, I take a tiny bit and just tap it off and bring it up to my forehead. And under my jaw. And then once I've done that, I do my eyeshadow, which is really the main part of this makeup tutorial. And I take my Naked 2 palette, and first of all I take my Real Techniques all over base shadow brush, and I take a little bit of Foxy and just sweep that all over the lid. And Foxy is just sort of a matte creamy colour if you don't have the Naked 2 palette. And then next I take my Real Techniques crease brush, and I take Busted and I just run that through the crease. And then after I've done that, I take a tiny bit of blackout, which is just a matte black shade, and put that just in the corner and slightly into the crease, just to darken up the outer corner. I then take this e.l.f. contour brush and take a little bit of Busted and run it under the lash line. I only go about halfway, I don't go the whole way. And then I take the brush that came with the Naked 2 palette and I take the fluffy side and just sort of blend it out. And then I take the same brush and I take Booty Cool and I use that as a highlight under my brown bone. And I also use it in the inner corner. Okay, so that's the eyes. If you can see it properly, it may not be picking up so well, so I'll do a photo at the end. And then after I've done that, I use my face powder, and I just use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in shade Silky Beige. And I take my Real Techniques powder brush and just put that all over. And then after I've done that, I do my mascara, and I just take my L'Oreal Volume Million Lashes in black and put that on my top lashes. And if you want to see how I apply my mascara, I literally just go up and down and then wiggle it to the top from the root. And then once I've done that, I take my Maybelline Great Lash Mascara and I just sort of go over the L'Oreal mascara to separate the lashes a bit. And then I take a little bit of it on the bottom lashes. Only about halfway in, so it's sort of on the inner corner. And then if you make any mistakes, just leave it, because once it's dry you can just wipe it off with a cotton bud. And then next I take my NARS Gina blush, which is just a peachy corally blush, and I take my Real Techniques blush brush and just sweep a little bit, and literally it's so pigmented you don't need much at all. And I just sweep that over my cheeks. And this brush is so soft and it's perfect size. And then next for highlights, I take MAC Pearl Cream Colour Base and just swirl my finger in it and dab it on cheekbones. And then I blend it in very lightly with my finger, not pulling too much, just sort of patting it in. And if you need any more, just add it where you need it. Now I take the tiniest bit and just run it down my nose and on my cupid's bow and a little bit underneath. And just blend that out. And then next I do my lipstick, and I use different lipstick all the time, but today I'm going to use my MAC lipstick in Velvet Teddy, which is just a lovely nudish shade which isn't too light. So that's the finished look, and then I'm just going to wipe away any of the mascara with my cotton bud. So yeah, I think that's everything, guys. This is the finished look. It's not that different to my old one, but I thought I'd do an updated version anyway, just because people have been asking, and I'm using some new products now. So all the products used will be listed in the down bar, and I'll also do a separate skincare routine so you can see what I do to prepare before I do my makeup and then at night. And so yeah, I hope this was helpful, and I hope you liked the makeup. And yeah, all the links will be down below to my Tumblr, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, etc, etc, and also to my clothing line. All these products will be down below. If you have any questions, just comment and I'll get back to you ASAP. And make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and like this video if you like it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye!